Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. Today is our 100th episode. Michael, can you believe we've done 100 of these?
No, I can't, but it's amazing. What a milestone.
Yeah, wow.
Look at us. 100 episodes.
That's a whole century.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 2 a week for a year, pretty much.
2 a week for a year. Yeah. 15 months, right?
Yep,
or almost
yep.
15 months.
Coming up on 15 months.
August 2021. And man, that's just so crazy. Can't believe it's been 100. We have a plan for this episode, okay? This episode, we have some segments planned out. This is not going to be a weekly update video. This is not going to be an interview. This is going to be a new special episode. I mean, we had to do something special for our 100th. You know, we had to do it. So we put together some segments for today's show. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm sure you will. We're going to kick it off by reading some of our new reviews, which, by the way, we have to say, we accomplished our mission thanks to you all. The mission was, I think we had 82 reviews when we started, or 82 ratings on Apple Podcasts when we started this mission. And we were maybe like 93 episodes in or something. And the mission was to get to 100 ratings on Apple Podcasts. Seemed a bit daunting at first, but we managed to get there. In fact, we got to 107. We're at 107 ratings on Apple Podcasts right now. And if you look at Chartable, we found out that we actually have 136 ratings on Apple Podcasts. It's just that the ones from outside the US don't show up for us on Apple Podcasts. They only show up on Chartable. So yeah, just amazing. Thank you all for writing reviews.
Yeah, I was a little nervous when we started doing that. I was like, I don't know if we're going to get to 100. And it's been awesome. And it's great reading them because they're so nice for the most part. And, you know, people talk about what they like about the podcast and all that. Love it. That was all you getting those reviews in. That was all you.
You know what? I think I just sprung it on you guys. I was like, let's do 100. And you're like, oh, shit. And then, yeah, I mean, made it happen. So thank you guys for writing these. Oh, also, we got to say, for Spotify, for those of you who don't have Apple, you listen on Spotify, we have 100. We got to 126 ratings on Spotify. You can't write reviews on Spotify, but you can star it. All right, let's jump into these reviews. We're just going to start fresh and start reading these reviews starting in October. From Herzig from Australia. On October 3rd, they said, favorite NFT podcast, fun and informative podcast that gets me through my long runs while keeping me up to date with all things Web3. Thanks, Jenny, Michael, Andy, and Neo, the Discord legend. Oh, snap. That's a Neo shout out. Let's go.
And just so everyone knows, keep listening through all these are great reviews. Keep listening because later in the episode, there is going to be a hint at a nice giveaway and a POAP by an amazing artist.
Oh, snap. Michael leaking the alpha. Stick with us, okay?
We got some cool stuff coming. Yeah. But the reviews are amazing. The reviews are amazing. And I'm looking forward to hearing them also. I just wanted to throw that out
Michael
there.
just comes out of the woodworks with our POAP.
Yeah, I just want to make sure people know, like, there's some good stuff coming.
Michael's like, no, please don't exit out during these reviews. Come on. All right. So we got, from Slick Chicken. That's a great username. From Australia on 10/4, they said, casual friends talking NFTs. If you want to just chill with your favorite beverage and listen to the latest on NFTs, look no further. I feel like it's a friend get together for some honest conversation about the stuff we love to collect. Thanks, team, and never stop. Oh, snap, never stop. Okay, well, we'll have to stop eventually, but that's a long time from now, so it's fine. All right, next up from Jomi_NFT from the US. They said, an amazing show, Chef's Kiss. Jenny, Michael, and Andy are fantastic. I've said it before, and I'll continue saying that this is my favorite podcast, period. The NFT Catcher Pod is always informative about the Web3 space, funny, thought-provoking, entertaining, and the hosts do such a great job of allowing their own unique personalities to shine. If you are new to this space, this is a great place to start to learn. If you are an OG, then you likely know many amazing guests they have on. This is for everyone, even if you don't know a thing about NFTs. Thank you guys and keep going. Next up, we got from Stelly1234. They said 6-star creators. Oh, snap, 6-star. Let's go. M and J are the MJ of NFT content. Find culture, alpha, and views on an exciting future here. I come to stay informed, but stay because the guests and M&J radiate passion. Wow, we have our own name, M&J. That's fun.
That's
all right.
Good. I like that. We're the MJ of podcasts here. I like
MJ of podcasts. Okay, LUFFHJ from Austria on 1010. They said, GOAT. There is nothing else to say, but this is the best podcast, not only in terms of NFTs, but in general. Wow. With 4 exclamation marks too. Let's go. Thank you.
Amazing.
Okay. Oh, we got this one from Canada. Manit D07. Must listen for everyone in NFTs. This pod is a staple in my plans each week. Such a convenient way to get up to date on everything that takes place in the space. The guests on each pod are always such a great addition to every episode. Amps 0 from the US on 1010. Wow, a lot of reviews coming in on 1010. That must have been when we pushed for reviews. Thank you guys for writing these. Title, inspirational, informative, insightful. They said beginners, experienced, or OG, the NFT Catcher Pod has info for everyone. Easy to understand and highly entertaining, fun podcast, which helps for gaining insight into the innovative and complex world of blockchains, digital currencies, Web3, digital ownership, creative rights, and so much more. Also, Miss Pseudo and Mr. Keen. Oh, Miss Pseudo. Nobody's ever called me Miss Pseudo. Have weekly guests sharing valuable knowledge, alpha, from their years of experience in their respective fields of expertise. Highly recommend podcast. Wow. Thank you.
So here is from Where's My Money 69 on the 11th. Thanks for always talking about subjects that are relevant to the space. You two are a blast to listen to. Keep it up. Oh, and thanks for the La Liga info. Had an email in my inbox that I missed. I did not get accepted into that closed beta for that. That's coming in 2 days. I know. It's messed up. They emailed me. Perks? Right. They were like, you were not chosen, but join our Discord for other ways. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go grinding in your Discord. So that was from Where's My Money 69. We have one from 67 Evan, G Emming fam. Love your podcast. I've been following it since the beginning and can't wait for each new episode to drop. Keep doing what you guys are doing. That's amazing. We have CG22, informative and fun podcast. I listened to this podcast and found it incredibly fun and informative on topics in crypto, NFTs, blockchain security, and personalities in the space. I love that the hosts allow their guests to share their informed opinions and expertise without guiding or driving the conversation. It's a perfect balance of news and good vibes. Very nice. You want me to keep going, or you want to?
Yeah, read another one.
Ooh, this name's a tough one. I got to get it right. There's like 5 vowels in a row. Jaeiou.
I feel like it's J-U.
J-U? J-Yao?
Like it's like French, maybe.
Jiao. Yeah, okay. Whenever I get busy, this pod keeps me updated on whatever's happening in the NFT space. The hosts do a great job in bringing on guests and making not only entertaining, but informative episodes. Keep doing what you're doing. This is so awesome that people like take the time to write these nice things. Like they're actually out there listening. How cool is that?
That's
cool is
just
that?
amazing. Yeah.
We have Rich and Glory on the 14th. I absolutely love to listen to this show. The two of you balance each other out so well. Very informative and keeps me updated. Still waiting for y'all to mention my favorite project, blank blank. Thanks for all your hard work.
Blank.
Because I'm holding out. Now that's mentioning it if I mention it. There's nothing wrong with the project. I actually looked at it when I saw this review before, and there's a large floor to it. I'm only joking with you, Jay. With Rich and Glory, it is Killer Bears, is what he would like mentioned.
Oh,
Pump,
snap. Okay,
pump,
there we go.
pump those bags, Rich and Glory. Killer
Pamp
Bears,
it.
baby. Pamp it up.
Oh, this next one is from my boss, actually, co-founder of Evaluate Markets, Christian Dittmeyer. He wrote NFT Catcher, such a great podcast. Jennifer and Michael are entertaining, easy to listen to, and informative. The show consistently hosts some of the best creators, builders, artists, and personalities in Web3. Give it a listen. Thanks, Christian.
Amazing. There's another one. Here's one from Australia.
Ooh.
From Reese No Treese. NFT Catcher Podcast continually delivers excellent podcast, summing up the week in NFTs, which always feels like a month. Extremely informative and great discussions with non-biased interviews.
Non-biased, let's go. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Rice, not Reese.
Reese, not Reese. Oh, Reese,
No,
not Reese. What's it? No, it is, because that's the name Reese. And he's saying it's spelled like the first one, not the second one.
Or she. First of all, I feel like
I said Reese, no trees. No, it's definitely Reese, not Reese.
Or it's Rice, not Reese.
No, that's Reese, not Reese. I messed it up the first time. Now I'm confident.
Oh, now you're confident. You know what?
Yeah.
If you wrote this review, please DM us the proper.
It's Reese, not Reese. I'll bet anything. It's Reese, not Reese.
Oh, you'll bet anything? Okay, bet
Yeah.
me your bored ape.
Anything but that. But I'm pretty confident. But we'll see. Reese, you should reach out and say who's right. Me.
Yes. Me.
We have
what else?
he that give.eth. Jenny and Michael do a great job summarizing the week's news and events in this space. Good mix of capturing the cultural vibe of the market and providing insights into what might be happening.
Nice.
Not bad. This one, let's get this name right. S.T. Schatz. S-C-H-A-T-Z. S.T. Schatz.
No,
S-T-S
it's chat.
S-T-S Chats.
You thought it was Shats.
Shats. I thought it was Shats. STS Chats. I'm good at this.
Right.
I'm good at these usernames. Very informative and educational. Thanks. That's a good one.
All right.
Mr. Moose. We know Mr. Moose. I'll let you. I'll do one more, and then I'll let you take over for the end. Mr. Moose, I believe, is in the Discord and is definitely on Twitter. I'm trying to remember. The name's very familiar. Mr. Moose 72, a great podcast by two super cool people, Jenny from the Blockchain and Michael Keene and Andy. Whether you are new to the NFT Web3 space or an OG, you'll get something from each episode. They are able to connect a lot of the dots so that you can be in the know of the complex and ever-evolving digital realm. I listen while I'm on my computer so I can read up and follow a lot of their guests. Did I mention how cool they are? I've had personal interactions with both of them, and Michael even helped me set up my burner wallet via their Discord channel. No better NFT podcast for all things NFT. Highly recommended. Mr. Moose.
Wow, that one was loaded. Also, wait, which one did I like? Oh, yeah, I like that they said I listen while I'm on my computer so I can read up and follow a lot of their guests.
Yeah.
That's awesome because most of actually, I can check the stats here, but it's like a huge percent of our listeners are mobile because I don't know. I think it's easier to listen to stuff on mobile, but yeah, that's so awesome that they listen on their desktop.
Heck yeah. So we have Fuck You, buddy. Is the
what?
next one. Yeah. Fuck You. FAHQ, buddy.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Another good username. Michael and Jenny are amazing hosts of this podcast. They are both so hardworking and deep in the NFT community. Whether you are new or seasoned, you can save a ton of time by tuning into the show and getting the latest. Thank you,
Nice.
fuck you.
Okay, 92% of people that listen to our podcast listen on mobile.
92%. Wow.
92%. That's a solid.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we got I Eat Pork Buns from Australia, who, by the way, they're always like commenting on all of our tweets about our episodes that come out. Like they're super, and they're always chatting in the Discord and stuff. They're super involved in the NFT Catcher Pod community.
Yeah, we love I Eat Pork Buns, and we love pork. Well, I love pork buns. I don't think you love pork buns.
I'm vegan.
I know exactly.
I don't love
No.
But okay, from Australia, and they said rickety recommend. Oh shoot, they did a little like rickety recommend. Hands down the best podcast in the NFT space, hosted by two of the most down-to-earth and chilled NFT lovers. They don't claim to be NFT lovers.
Wow.
That sounds like we're lovers.
They don't claim to know a lot.
They say they don't claim to be experts or anything. Just a whole heap of passion for NFTs, which is probably why they're so relatable and entertaining. Yeah. Jenny from the Blockchain, Michael Keane, and Andy for sure have me always itching for the next episode. Let's go. 100 episodes. Here we come. Congratulations in advance.
Wow.
This last one here from I am Trevor Murphy. What's up, Trevor Murphy? They said, solid podcast. Jenny and Michael do a great job talking about the NFT space and bringing on cool guests with great insight. They spent time talking about the space and also what they are buying from multiple perspectives, sub-ETH buying to larger purchases. This provides a great range of perspectives. Big fan, been listening for months at this point. Thank you. Yeah, and that wraps it up. Thank you all so much. I can't believe we've gotten 22 reviews in the last month alone. That's insane. You guys went ham. Thank you so much for writing reviews and helping us accomplish that mission, and also just encouraging us. You know, that's a huge factor in us continuing to put out these podcasts is, you know, getting encouragement, knowing people are listening, and knowing people are enjoying the show. That really just, I guess, you know, gives us a little validation and makes us feel like we want to continue doing this. And it's just great. So thank you for that.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, we just read all the reviews for our listeners. And the first thing I really wanted to say is to thank you all the listeners and everybody that has messaged and commented and shared things and liked our stuff and obviously given all these reviews. And it makes us feel great, but also really helps the podcast. Like all these different platforms, there's algorithms in there. Like when people are engaging with it, they push it forward. So that's really amazing. Like we feel like we have a real community around the podcast, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It's really appreciated. Whenever people do engage, I always try to follow. I love getting messages from our listeners asking questions, telling me something that was wrong that we might have said that we can correct, or whatever it is. Like sometimes we ask a question, they give an answer. Really, really great crowd of people. So that's really number one. I want to thank Andy, for being the best producer we could have asked for. He gets very little reward, very little whatever from it, but he's dedicated and part of the team. And it's like, we couldn't do it without Andy. And I just got a huge thank you for that. I want to thank you, Jennifer, for taking a chance and seeing how cool this worked out, and for always being such a pro, and for running the podcast and kicking it off and finishing it off and getting all of our guests and organizing everything and keeping us all organized when the shows are. Like, I can't thank you enough. And it's been awesome. And gaining you as a friend and meeting in real life a fefew times now, it's just been really cool. And I really appreciate you. I think you're a great person. You do things always for the right reasons. And I'm really lucky to have started a podcast with you. I wanted to. If it was just me and Andy, or if it was me and somebody else, it very well might not have worked out. But this worked out so well. And I'm always appreciative of that and the fact that we were able to connect and do this. I want to thank my wife, Corey, for letting me record at all hours of the day and night. Sometimes I'll say, hey, I'm going to be recording at 5 o'clock when it's dinner time with the kids. And she always lets me. There's never been a problem. She's actually in Cabo San Lucas right now with her girlfriends, which is very nice. So she gets some perks too. But I obviously have to thank her. I want to thank all the guests we've had. It's been a really great mix of people that we've had on. A lot of the OGs that I didn't even necessarily know, but Jennifer knew. A lot of the project founders we've had and friends and artists and influencers in the space, really amazing people. I want to thank the NFT Catcher crew, Nikki and Casey, who I've worked with for a long time. We worked in tickets together, and now we work in NFTs together. Casey's actually my cousin, and I'm flying up Saturday morning to Philadelphia because she is getting married. So that's pretty amazing. She's one of the hardest workers I know. Both Casey and Nikki are amazing. We also have Mark with the NFT Catcher in Australia. Amazing website builder, great guy. You know, we've been friends for almost 2 years now in the NFT space, like coming up on it. I met Mark in the VV world. Andy obviously is also part of the NFT Catcher crew. And last but not least is Neosporin, who is now Ollie.eth. He bought a new ETH name that he's very proud of. Ollie with a 1 instead of an I in there. He is the Discord champion. You know, he keeps the community going. I know he's even got a full-time job now, and just love Ollie. Everybody knows that.
Is his name Ollie?
His name is Ollie. Yep. I just doxed him. Hopefully that's all right. I know. Whoops. But it's his ETH name now, so I don't think he's too worried about it. But yeah, no, that's and then also we have the NFT Catcher Discord, like I said, and it's, you know, there's 10,700 people in there. They've been in there for a long time. It's not all very active, but there's like maybe 30 or 40 or 50 people that are active. And it's a really tight-knit crew. We're always helping each other out, just chatting about what's going on. You know, no bull crap. Nobody's selling anything. And it's a good place to be, especially if you're a fan of the podcast. And you can catch Jennifer in there sometimes, Andy in there sometimes. And there's an NFT Catcher podcast channel. So you can find that link at the NFT Catcher Discord or my Discord and come on in and say what's up. Some of the people in there that, and I'm definitely going to miss some people, but off the top of my head, we have Sir Krahe, Mini Fridge, I Eat Pork Buns, who we read their review a moment ago. Ulitra, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but she's also, we met her in New York. Costa Maddie B, Benji Mac, Confused Degen, who I'm going to be meeting in London, Investment, Absolium, and there's a lot of others that I probably should have mentioned, but there's also some other people. You know, we've had the Discord open since May of 2021, and they have some real legends in there, people that have been there since the beginning, Food Masku and VGF and a whole bunch of people. But that's who I want to thank. I'm really grateful for this podcast. It's been a year. I mean, we plan on keep doing it and growing and just, you know, being part of the community and having all these awesome guests. So it's been a real pleasure.
Oh, that was a sweet thank you speech. That was great. And also, I obviously loved my part where you said all these amazing things about me.
Yeah, well, it's all true. It's honestly, I can't say enough good things. I think you're really awesome. I do really think you like there's been time like your integrity is 100% and just it's great to work with you. And we make a good team. We're all like really easygoing and it's I mean, there's 100% honest to things I said for sure.
Wow. That's great. And oh my gosh, now it's gonna I'm gonna be like, oh, now I have to read these roasts because we prepared a roast later on in the segment. And after Michael says all these nice things about me, I'm gonna have to roast him.
I can't wait.
But you know, yeah, wow, that was great. You know, I'm not even gonna say a speech because yours was so good, so we gotta leave it at yours.
Okay.
Plus, I didn't prepare one, but
Nice.
that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, wow, you said so many things. I didn't want to interrupt you and comment on anything, but I'm like, thinking back to all this stuff that you said. Wow, you really did say a lot. That was great. Which then next, I want to tell everyone the segments. I realized I probably should have said this in the beginning, But here's the rest of the segments for the show, just so people know. Okay. Next up, we're gonna loop Andy in, and we're gonna do a mini interview with Andy, a little behind the scenes action. Then we're going to announce something, which Michael kind of already revealed it, POAP. Then we're going to talk about our giveaway, which Michael also already said, so I can say it. And then we're going to talk about our highlights from the podcast for each of us over the last 15 months, Andy too. And then we're going to do a mini roast, me and Michael. And then last but not least, finish it up with what's next for the pod, what are our goals, etc. But yeah, let's loop Andy in for the next segment here. Andy, paging Andy, welcome in. Andy waves and everything. Takes off his, he usually always has his PFP of this pixelated, it's basically his face pixelated. And that's
isn't it a mosaic? Aren't they little tiny pieces of your face? Isn't it like
it's like Lego?
No,
it's from an
it's Legos. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
It's Legos. But you always have that whenever we have guests or anything. That is always you. But he just turned on his camera, so now we can see him. So Andy, for now, and then you'll go back to your pixelated face, Lego face. But take us behind the scenes a bit. What happens behind the scenes? What goes on as the producer of the NFT Catcher podcast? Tell us about what you do, Andy.
My favorite part of this is I love editing the episodes together. I've always loved editing like a movie, videos, and just kind of putting, I guess, a story together, or just clipping things out, just making so my favorite part of these is especially the interview episodes where we have multiple voices, and sometimes there's like little things you need to fix. Sometimes there's I don't know if I ever shared with you like what one of them looks like how chopped up it looks like in the end, but like I like to get get in there. I could just like release it and just be done with it.
No, I definitely when I listen back, I notice sometimes I'm like, Andy worked a little magic up in there. I notice that sometimes for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to, and I'm never like as far as editing, I'm not trying to censor anybody, so it's not like something like that. I think there's only
what
a
do
few
you cut out?
Like what I just did right there. Usually, like that pause, like every single person we have on here to a T. There's only a few and far between that won't have like what else? And then when people step over each other or talk over each other, I'll just make it a listenable. I'll separate the track.
Take one of those voices out, right.
Yeah, and then have it as
wait. So that means you take out all the times Michael interrupts people.
Yeah, that's a lot. It actually is a lot. I hate catching myself.
That is somewhat. Actually, that is a good part of it.
No, that's part of my roast.
Oh no.
We'll get it in there then. We'll still get it in there.
Oh my god.
That's part of my roast. Well, people would
so you're gonna say, and people are gonna be like, Michael doesn't do that.
How dare she? He never interrupts.
You want me to leave that in from now on? We will. It'll have to be part of the show.
No. Keep it out. Keep it out. Oh man, that's funny.
That is very funny. Yeah, and I know I haven't said it. I mean, I've said it a lot, but I don't know if I said it in a while. But for people that don't know, Andy and I have been friends for over 20 years. We both grew up in Northeast Philly. Both went to Penn State. We went to rival high schools. We have the same friend group. We're actually going to be hanging out this weekend together with all of our buddies when I go up to Philly. So that's been really cool. Like Andy and I are friends in real life and been friends for a long, long time.
Go Phillies this weekend, right?
Oh man, can you believe it?
Yeah. Okay,
World
Mike,
Series,
you'll
baby.
appreciate this. My son ran into at the King of Prussia Mall today, Charlie Manuel.
I saw your wife posted a picture of that. What
you
a
did
legend!
See that? Okay, I didn't think. You went on
I'm
Facebook,
back on.
So.
I'm back on. I was off of there for like 6 months, and I finally they let me back in. Yeah, I know. Really, you're the one posting on there. But no, that's cool. Charlie Manuel. What a legend. He's getting up there. Charlie's getting up there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What else you got?
Okay, wait. I was just thinking. You should keep the interruptions for this episode. That way, at least they can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael, Get back to your typical standard.
I know. I have to. Well, I'm gonna have to be so careful now. I know that I did it sometimes, and I'm always like, "Okay, you go, you go." I know I catch myself doing that sometimes. I need to be careful.
No, it's not. Honestly, it's not like the interruptions because I interrupt too. It's more of like, which I guess this is part of my roast. I guess I'll be revealing it.
You can reveal. Yeah, reveal. Let's hear. What do you got for me?
Okay, when you're like when someone's talking, like just be talking.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Oh
I-
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, that was part of my roast, and then now you made me reveal.
Oh
That's a
man.
sneak peek of my roast to come later tonight.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's funny. I could recognize like what do you call it, the audio waves like of certain words with you guys too. Like when editing these, like when Mike does his little like.
What Mike does his little what? Let's keep it coming, guys.
Oh, tell us.
No, like
Mike does his little. Those.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I can recognize. Yeah, I recognize that.
Oh, so you don't even have to hear it. You can just see what it looks like and cut it out. Or
I can tell when
God.
something's coming up that I can cut out usually.
wow. Oh, he's gotten so good. All your
Not all the time.
Okay,
So
what
people
about
don't
me?
people don't even know. Yeah, what are the Jennifer ones you got to get rid of?
What do you cut out?
I think you're like me. I think you have some ums. So I always go. I mean, that's everybody. Damn it. See, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, you better leave in all your ums for your own.
I have to now because I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, Andy's gonna make his sound like this all professional.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
what are you talking about?
We're like, is that even Andy talking? Is that Morgan Freeman?
Oh, that's another thing we talked about. We need to get a laugh track to laugh at Michael's jokes. We need a little like, like whole studio laughing.
Yeah, we need a soundboard. Twitter Spaces added a soundboard. Some of those people have been using them.
Oh, Twitter Space added that? I didn't know if
Yeah, I
they
think so. To some
independently
people.
did that.
I think that they were saying that Twitter added it. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought I heard some of the hosts saying.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what else goes into the podcast, Andy? Tell us more.
Oh, what else? Well, there's the social aspects too. I guess we have the Twitter side.
Yeah, Andy runs our Twitter.
Coming up with like the show notes, doing all like the Buzzsprout stuff that we have on that end.
Yep.
All the technical stuff.
Yeah, we record
I don't want
these.
to bore people with technical stuff.
Well, no, I think it's interesting. I mean, first of all, we record these at Andy's in EST time zone. So we record these at 10 p.m. his time, which is already late. And then he stays up until like what time? Like editing it and everything.
Usually 1:30 on Sunday nights.
1:30 on a Sunday.
Wow.
And then you have to wake up on Monday at like what time? Like super early or what? Because you have kids and everything.
Whenever the kids get up, yeah.
Yeah,
They
kid
got
life.
school. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So that is some dedication and commitment right there. Andy is a real MVP. Honestly, Andy is the reason why I agreed to do this podcast in the very beginning, because I was like, I don't want to have to upload and edit because I have the skill to edit, but I don't.
It's a lot
know.
to do on your own.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
You obviously know what you're doing with like the video stuff, but like it is a lot by yourself.
Oh, video takes forever too. Like my the 1 minute weekly recap videos. I mean, with the prep and the editing and the captioning and supporting images, that all takes like hours, like at least like 4 hours, like just the whole process of it. It's like, geez, just to get out a 1 minute video,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do for attention, I guess. Clout.
Yeah.
My Yorkie is looking at me to go out if this might be a time to at least
Okay. Well,
and Andy's uncomfortable. He's like, "Let me."
She's gonna start barking, but
yeah, he's like, "I need to go on mute and put my Lego face back on."
Hey,
I love you, Andy. I love you, brother. It's awesome. We like I said, we couldn't do it without you. So, thanks for coming on and saying a
Thank
little
you
something.
guys for real. And I'll tell you what I think at the end of the podcast, I guess.
All right. Yes. Andy will pop back in during our highlights from the pod section. But moving on to our next segment. All right. First question is, what are the requirements for sponsors of your show? This is a great question, by the way. The requirements are that basically you need to email us. Email us at nftcatcherpod@gmail.com. And mostly the requirements are being a company, a Web3 company or project that we can know and trust. Basically, we'll probably just vet you, look into the project, look into the company, make sure that we either know someone on the team, we don't want to be working with anonymous people, and yeah, just making sure that it makes sense as well for our podcast, for our show. We haven't really done many sponsorships, although we have had a lot of people wanting to sponsor the pod, but we are selective with it. But if you are interested, you can email us once again at nftcatcherpod@gmail.com. And I actually run the emails, so that will be me responding to you. All right. Second question is, how about a cool POAP to celebrate the 100th episode? Wait, what? You thought about a POAP idea? Michael, tell them the news.
We have an amazing POAP. About 2 weeks ago, we were talking about this, maybe 3 weeks ago, and we had our number one choice, who is a friend of the podcast, has been on the podcast, has been a friend for a long time, an amazing artist, a very popular artist in her own right. Our friend Mumbot came together and put together this amazing POAP for us. It's got the NFT catcher green color. It's got it's got the number 100 in the middle, and her ghost is one of the zeros. It says NFT Catcher Podcast X Mumbot. It's got first of all, the green color. I don't know if you know this, Jenny, but when we did NFT Catcher originally, my idea was to use the old school Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles. So this color is the Philadelphia Eagles.
You would kind of make it.
I would. It is. No, it is. And it makes me very happy every time I see this color. But that's what that color is. This POAP is so dope. And we have a friend at POAP, Christy Russell, who is one of my old friends from the Clubhouse days, from V Friends. And she works at POAP, and she's been an amazing help. So when we trying to set this all up, originally we were going to do like a secret word and just give it out. And she goes, no, that's going to get farmed. And they're very particular. So we worked with them and set it up, and we're going to get individual links. So we want people to, I think, DM the NFT Catcher Podcast Twitter or email us. Is that the way? So you're going to listen to this episode. We're recording on Wednesday, the 26th. We're going to drop the episode on Sunday, the 30th. And that's when the POAP will be ready to go. So you guys are going to contact us, and we're going to send you this free, amazing POAP. If you don't know, POAP is Proof of Attendance Protocol. It's basically going to be proof that you listen to this episode, and you'll have it forever in your wallet, minted totally for free. And it's a beautiful piece of art by Mumbot. I love it. She also sent a GIF version. It's like an animated version where the ghost goes from 1 0 to the other 0, 1 0 to the other 0. It's so cool. She was so nice about it. And she's so busy because I actually felt bad how busy she is. She has her drop coming on Friday, which is 2 days, the 28th. By the time you guys hear this, it'll be dropped a couple days, but she's going to have more installments of this. She's doing 100 Ghosts is the name of the project. It's on Coinbase NFT. If you go to Coinbase NFT, the website, and click on drops, you'll see her drop right there. It's, she's incredible. The storytelling she does with her art and her characters. If you buy one of these, you can enter a raffle to win the 1-of-1 original painting. So there's 15 of each. And so you have a 1 in 15 chance of getting that original. The NFTs cost 0.15 each, and the first 15 are dropping on Friday. So I'm really excited for that and to see how that goes for her. But, we love Mumbot. I forget what episode number she was, but go back and check it
Episode
out.
31.
Thank you. Episode 31. That was a long time ago at this
Oh,
point.
so early.
Oh, yeah. And then she came back on for 50 when we did our Twitter space. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, episode 31. Wow. One of our earliest guests.
One of our earliest guests. Yeah. And honestly, man, Mumbot is just so kind. I was so blown away when, first of all, we definitely wanted to collaborate with a previous guest that was an artist. That would be like the dream thing to do, for a POAP for our episode. And when Michael proposed Mumbot, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But I also was like, oh, there's no way like that's gonna happen, And when Mumbot agreed to it and then she did it, it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe she made this for us. Like, that's so freaking cool. And by the way, you're only really gonna be able to see the art when you claim it. So it'll be a surprise. You'll be able to see it then, but it looks really cool. And Mumbot is the sweetest. When we interviewed her, I actually didn't know about her. Michael was the one that was like, we need to get Mumbot on the show. And I'm so glad that we brought her on. I've run into her several times at events, and she's just the kindest soul. And I'm so glad, so honored that she is a part of our 100th episode through this POAP and that she made it for us. That's just the nicest thing ever. So yeah, we have this POAP available for you guys. Like Michael said, if you would like to claim this exclusive 100 episode POAP collab with Mumbot, DM us on Twitter, NFT Catcher Pod, and just say like, I would like to claim the 100 episode POAP. Could be just a basic message. Or if you don't have social media, you can email us at nftcatcherpod@gmail.com and just email saying you would like to claim the POAP. And we are going to have to send people individual links. Like Michael said, we couldn't do a secret word, so we're going to have to do individual links. So that's how we're doing this. But yeah, and you can, tell your friends about it too. Get them to claim the POAP if you'd like. There is going to be a 1 week claim window. So when you're hearing this, from 1 week after this podcast episode comes out, that'll be the claim window time frame for you to message us and claim your POAP. And yeah, I think that's all the info we have about it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the art is it's super dope by itself. You said people are gonna have to wait to claim it to see the art, so I'm gonna have to resist all my urges to share it beforehand.
Or maybe we can
I'll wait till it starts to get claimed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait till we can have
or
it be
maybe I'll
claimable.
put it in the Discord just to scratch the itch.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Michael might leak it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll leak it just in our Discord in the exclusive NFT Catcher Discord.
Exclusive.
It's exclusive.
All right.
And like I said, did I say special thanks to Christy Russell, right? I did say she's been a huge help. The curation team at POAP is on point. They want to make sure their real reason for the not doing the secret word is because they've seen so many times where it gets abused, and they want it to be the best experience. What they said is they want it to be the best experience possible for our listeners that are actually listening and claiming it, and not claim it and have 10,000 of them out there. So yeah. And they're serial numbered. So the earlier you claim, the lower number you get, kind of thing.
Oh,
yep.
Nice. Okay.
Yep, you do get them in order. Yeah. It's incentive to come in and get them. And so yeah, reach out and say what's up and get your free POAP. And I think you're going to love it. And you never know, like, we don't have any plans to do anything with it, but we can always capture what wallets they're in one day and reward people if there's ever anything to reward them with.
Ooh.
Like those are the people that have been around and that are our listeners. So that's one of the cool things about NFTs.
That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta look into that. That's really cool. Also, I was just thinking I should make stickers of these for
that's a great idea. Yeah, for Basil.
Give them out at Basil, right?
That's a great idea.
Cool.
I'm gonna make t-shirt. I'm gonna make myself a t-shirt for this. That's actually a really good idea. I wish I could make a t-shirt with the GIF. Can you do that?
How do you make it?
I don't know.
Type of like
is that a good business? GIF t-shirts?
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
For people like you would wear it.
you'd have to have like a flexible screen. It's probably a little tiny expensive at this point.
I've seen people. I mean, at raves and stuff, I've seen like
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah, I've definitely seen like the pixelated ones, like where it like moves and there's words go across your chest and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
No,
All right.
that's actually a really good idea to do more stuff than just the POAP with this because it's really dope. Like I really like what she did. It's her. You could tell it's her style, and it's just like it's really cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to our next segment here. Maybe you wanted a little bit more than just a POAP. Well, we are actually going to be running a giveaway on our Twitter. And Michael has generously donated a couple really cool NFTs as prizes. We have never given away NFTs before. Like, I'm pretty sure we've never given away NFTs. I think one time in the Discord, and actually somebody messaged me and said they were the person that won that.
Yeah, I do remember doing. Remember. Yep.
So that we did one-off thing, but yeah, we're going to be running a giveaway on the NFT Catcher Pod Twitter. So I guess it'll be on.
I think Monday morning, Halloween. If it comes out Sunday night, so Monday like early afternoon, like we were saying, we'll drop. It'll. Andy's going to post it on our NFT Catcher Twitter, and it'll tell you guys. Be on the lookout for that. When you hear this episode, go to the Twitter, check it out. It'll come out Monday morning on Halloween or Monday afternoon. And we're going to give out some cool stuff. A couple of our favorite projects. Obviously, everybody knows my infatuation with Gary V. So one of the NFTs, the grand prize is going to be a V Friends Series 2.
Woo!
Yeah. Yep. No, it's a project I really like, and hopefully, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what's the floor on a V Friends 2 right now?
I think it's like 0.34 up in that up in that range.
$562.
Yeah, but Gary's going to pump it at some point. So yeah, it's a good prize, 560, especially with ETH going up. Maybe I should reconsider. ETH has shot up 20%. I'm joking. I'm not reconsidering.
Me thinking $526 is a lot. Michael being like, "Oh, that's nothing. Only 526."
I didn't say that.
Okay, so be friends too.
Yeah, hopefully we gets to one of our listeners, and it'll be a pleasure to give that out. A V Friends 2 and a Smileverse, which is also one of our favorite projects, and we've had Wahid and Giovanni on, and that's going to be the second one we're giving out.
Yep, those look dope. Floor currently 0.07, a solid $109. And then I am gonna be giving out a fungi, non-fungible fungi. You guys know how obsessed I was with those, and I still am, but I'm not really buying them anymore because I already have a solid amount. I have like 20 or something. So
wow.
Yeah, I know. I am whale. So I'm gonna give one away. One that looks really cool. I'm gonna give one away. And floor on that, 0.069, $106. Yeah, so those are the 3 NFTs we're going to be giving away on our Twitter. It's going to be a simple, just follow and retweet type of thing. So it'll be super easy. So yeah, when you go on our Twitter, after you listen to this, go on our Twitter, follow and retweet, follow the instructions for the giveaway, and then message us about the POAP. So, while you're there, 2 for 1, do the giveaway, do the POAP, and that's what we got next. So
celebrating the 100th. I love it.
Celebrating the 100th. All right. So moving on, we have, we're going to talk about our highlights from the podcast for each of us over the last 15 months, including Andy. We're going to be looping him back in here.
As long as he's done walking his Yorkie.
Oh, there he goes. He's back.
His manly dog.
She's a beast.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I shouldn't because I have a dachshund. So I have a dachshund. I had 2 dachshunds. One was 16. We sadly lost her in March. She was 16 years old. I know, Cammie.
Wow, she lived a long time.
Yeah, and the other one's 13, and she actually has a great name. Her name is. She's like this little yellow fluff ball of a dachshund, and her name is Peachy Keen. Like the saying, Peachy Keen. Yeah, isn't that a good name?
Great.
Yeah, we call her Peachy.
That's clever.
Or Peach or whatever. Come here, Peach. She's a funny little crazy dog. Kids love her. Yeah, crazy. 13. I know.
All of my pets have died super early. I don't know why. I think I'm cursed with pets, but yeah, all my pets, my turtles, hermit crabs, cats, dogs, sea monkeys, fish.
Sea monkeys.
Yeah, they're like made by science. They're like really weird actually, but I was like really obsessed with those for a while. Anyway. Okay, highlights from the pod. Who should go
Yeah.
first? I don't know.
Go for it.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to do. You're in charge.
Oh, I am in charge. Okay, so highlights from the pod. Okay, first of all, I mean, you guys know how much I love in real life stuff. So a lot of my highlights are things that have happened because of the pod. Of course, as far as the pod goes, I love connecting with people, builders, founders, artists in the space. That's a super fun thing. Like the podcast is a great way for me to just be able to connect and talk to people. And, you don't often get to just have conversations with people that are doing great things. So the podcast is just an awesome vehicle for that, which I really enjoy. And also the podcast is a great way for me to talk about what I'm passionate about. I just remember early on, my sister and I would always talk to each other about NFTs, but we felt like we couldn't talk to anybody else about NFTs. And it was kind of frustrating because it was like, I want to talk to somebody else. I want to I don't know. I feel like I wanted to talk to multiple people. I want to talk to an audience. And so having the podcast is just is great because, everybody can relate. They know what you're talking about. And I don't know, you really feel like you're making a difference. Like you're helping people stay informed on what's happening in the space. And I feel like I'm doing good for the community. Okay. Highlight. VCon was a huge highlight for me. Yeah, because of the podcast, they invited me to moderate 5 panels, which was so honestly a huge pinnacle of my NFT career was moderating panels at VCon. And I will always remember that. And I did a lot of vlogs so that I wouldn't forget it. And we interviewed some of the panelists on the podcast, Amber Vittoria, Jen Stark, who were on my panels at VCon that, I didn't think I would ever, get in contact with if I didn't have a connection with them because of that pod or because of the panels at VCon. And then also another cool thing that happened, I guess, as a result of the pod through VCon was when I had my very first panel, the fashion and NFTs. And last minute, they added Todd Kahn, who is the CEO of Coach. And right before, I was kind of nervous, they're putting the mics on me and everything backstage. And I met him and he looked me up and down and he looked at my shoes and he's like, "What are those?" And I was like, I think they're Guess shoes. I don't know. They're $30, cheap shoes that I got online. I buy discontinued shoes on 6pm.com. I always shop there for the past 10 years. And I just was like, oh, these are nice because they're white and they're new and they're brand new. But he was just like, "What the heck are those?" And he's like, "You know what? Let me send you some shoes. Let me send you something." And seriously, he was like, "Email me. I'll send you some stuff." And I was like, "Oh my God, he's about to send me some luxury stuff." I'm a very cheap, frugal, with NFTs in real life as well. I'm always buying cheap stuff. So I was just like, what the heck? I'm going to get Coach stuff? That's crazy. And the next day, I forgot to email him. And the next day, he saw me again and he came to one of my panels. And he was like, "Seriously, email me." I was like, okay. So I emailed him. And he sent me a pair of shoes and a purse, which I love. And I'm just like, wow, so grateful. It's just so cool. And then I got to tell people the story when they're like, "Oh, nice purse." And I'm like, actually. But yeah, so that was super dope. All right, let's see. I only have a couple highlights left. Being able to see Michael fulfill his dream of getting Gary Vee on the show. That was a huge highlight for me because Michael was always talking about Gary Vee and it was it's you're rooting for him. Come on, we need to get Gary Vee on for Michael. And when at VCon we had those 5 minutes to interview him, it was just really cool. And seeing Michael in his element and he brought him a gift and everything. It was just awesome. And yeah. Okay, last thing is, just getting to do in real life stuff. Andy getting us media passes is super, super cool. I love free stuff and I love getting exclusive access. I don't know. That's just super cool to me. So media passes is always dope. And I love going to in real life events for free. And so that's a huge highlight of the pod as well. Oops, I dropped my cat. Yeah, those are my highlights.
Great ones. The Gary V interview and that VCon where we were down in his suite, that was definitely one of mine. I definitely put it on there. So that was, I figured we might have one of the same. One of my main ones is inviting people on the pod that are actually friends that I've been friends with for a long time and met in real life, particularly Mitch Putnam, Mumbot, who we talked about obviously earlier, and VGF. Those people I consider actual friends, and that's really fun that they're like to have them on and chat it up and, put it down in recorded, style, our conversation. Purchasing my Cool Cat live on the show is something I'll always remember. There was $25,000 at the time. It was like 9 ETH. And that was a lot of fun. And I actually literally clicked buy on the show as we were watching it. That was a cool thing. I love my Cool Cat, and wasn't the best investment I've ever made in my life, but that's really memorable, and that'll always be out there. And that's one of the episodes that it seems like people go back and listen to. It's it's like the good, the bad, and the $25,000 Cool Cat or something. I think Andy named it, and that one gets a decent amount of listens. I really love being recognized in my NFT Catcher podcast t-shirt when we're at events. Like that's like one of I almost feel half famous.
Yes, some people are like, "Oh, I listen to the pod." It's like, what? I know, that's always mind blowing.
Some people will be like, "I love that podcast. Are you Michael?" It's like, yeah. Of course. Who else is wearing this? Yes. So those are my highlights, and obviously, like I said, Gary V and his suite. I mean, it was really nice of him to take the time to do that with us. Cause he obviously offered it, but he was so busy. He had to run from he was in line of people waiting in 3-hour line to get his autograph, to come be interviewed by us for 5 minutes, to go run and do something else. Like that was really, really nice. I'm going to thank him. I have my next FaceTime with him. They said they're going to email out the link in November and let us choose times.
Ooh, so that's your last one?
No, that's my second one. I have 3 total.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So this will be the second one. It'll technically be his 3rd time on the podcast.
Nice. That's right. Because we posted the first one on here too.
Yeah.
Is it one every year, or is it just kind of sporadic?
I think it's supposed to be one a year for 3 years, but they say it's like between May and May is the year that they choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the last one this year, I think, was in February. And then if they're sending out the link in November, it might even be February again. I don't know, but it'll be, sometime in the next few months.
Are you going to mention that? You think he'll remember that he had the 5 minutes with us at VCon?
I would hope so. He
probably will remember that. Right?
I think he will, because he is he's known for remembering people. Someone will be like, "Where did I meet you before?" And he'll be able to recall it. I think he'll remember, but he might be like, "Nah, I don't know." Whatever. I think he'll remember. He's really
yeah, totally. I remember.
Yeah, sure, of course. Who did I call out on that a couple weeks ago? It was one of our guests, and corporate trash. I was like, "Do you remember meeting Andy and I?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "I don't think so. That doesn't sound legit." But she said Andy, it was.
What are your highlights from the pod?
Not one in particular, but I love the whole storytelling experience of podcasts, and so I've enjoyed all our guests, I guess, as a whole. So I kind of went back and went through. You did a really good thread today.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
No, you hit on a lot of things. I think your brain kind of works the same way, in some ways, as far as listing some all the numbers. The one that stood out for me that we've had I think 58 unique voices with us. So that's what I came up with.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So we've had so this, my highlight would be all the founders, the developers, artists, creators, brand identity pioneers, podcasters, photographers, calligraphers, ship posters, queens of FUD, esports kings, Bored Ape Maxis, comedians, directors of vibes, NFT collectors, Discord mods, cybersecurity experts, VR performance artists, ESPN broadcasters, and twin sisters. So
Wow.
Aww.
I
Oh my
think that
gosh,
covers a
that's
lot of
awesome.
our but
Mhm.
I really enjoy creative people and hearing their stories. Like if I was around in like the ancient Greek times, I would have been like listening to the philosophers and like the rotunda and just like, so I really enjoy being on this end and hearing you guys talk to them. Like it's a really unique kind of experience, I guess, being in this chair. Like, I'm like a listener, like our listeners, but like I'm,
Mhm.
kind of, behind the curtain as well. So
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
and I
love
hope
that.
we have many more guests and add to that kind of
Many more to
very
come.
creative list.
Yes.
Oh.
I love that you compiled that list. Yeah, that thread, it was only 7 tweets long, but it took me an hour because I'm not the best at written word. So I'm like, it took so long just to write that thing. But yeah, some of the milestones I wrote in the thread was we finally reached 300,000 downloads, which I wanted to update people, our listeners, which was very exciting. And yeah, 100 plus Apple ratings, 15 months, 100 episodes. And then I kind of said some of the things that I just mentioned as the highlights. But yeah, and then just inspiring other people too. Like that's been a big thing. There's been several people, even Jami, who wrote that review, that have like created their own shows and podcasts and have told us about that and that we've inspired them. And that's always super cool to hear. Just inspiring more creation. That's just always a great thing. Okay, do we finish this section? Should we move on?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's time for the mini roast.
Oh no. Okay. Hold on, let me take a sip of water.
You want me to go first? Since you went first on the last
Yes.
one? All right.
I actually don't know what you're gonna say.
Hey, me neither. Let's see. Hey. Love to see it. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny. Poopy Cat gave me my doodle, and all I gave him was a third collection from BYO Pills that's worth 0.002 now.
Damn.
I love my doodle. Thank you, Poopy Cat. I can get into any party. I just show up. Bored Ape Yacht Party. It doesn't matter. They just let me in. They usually give me free stuff. What else? What else do I have? I'm moving to another state again, the third time this month I'm moving, driving across country. I love moving to other states. That's about all I have. Nothing too
nice.
Nothing too crazy, but yeah, I like the Poopy Cat one. That was my favorite one.
I love that. I love that. You know what? Yes, Poopy Cat did give me the doodle. It was a great.
What did you give him again? A BYO pill craft or something?
No, it was Apostle.
You gave him one of the
I
vapes?
gave him like 2 apostles.
And my god!
I gave him a couple components, and I messaged him every time there was a new
components.
Okay, you know what? No, I think I gave him a pill and an apostle, and I don't know. I'd have to check the chain on that trade, but that did not age well.
BYO pill apostle. Wow. For a doodle, that's a good trade.
That is a good trade.
The doodles gained having you in their ecosystem, which is probably.
You know what? And I use it as yeah. I mean, well, he originally said, "Oh, I'm saving these for marketing purposes." So technically, it worked out because I use it as the podcast cover. So that's great, and I always make stickers and everything. Okay, should I do my roast? I already did the like top. Like me doing, absolutely. Yeah, like all those. So I will skip that one. All right. This is the one that my boyfriend listens to this podcast, and he always these are the 2 things he says. He'll be like, "It's me, Michael Keane." He always just says Michael Keane. And then he'll always say this. That's funny you say that because I was actually a ticker broker for 17 years.
Oh, yeah.
He says you say that on every single episode. Back in the day, I would mint 20 NFTs of a rug and then flip them the same day for a 10x profit. It was great.
Yep, that was me. I do say
I hate that Alexander guy. He's going to burn out soon. But in the
No,
meantime, I listen
I
to
don't
every
hate him.
single.
No, I don't get back. I don't hate him.
I-
Oh, keep
I
going. No,
listen
this
to
is good.
I listen to every single Twitter space that he hosts. Yeah, I'm just in his Twitter spaces 24/7. I have no idea what he's talking about, and it's absolute garbage. But I still listen. It's a big thing.
Oh, you got me on that one.
VGF. Oh, let me tell you about VGF. He is amazing. We have to get him on the pod. He is the smartest, most brilliant person in the entire universe. I mean, that guy is a genius.
It's
Before
true.
we got him on the pod, you hyped him up so much. I was like, oh my God, can we just get VGF on the damn podcast already? Okay, this is my last one, my last skit. Oh, you live in Florida? Where in Florida? Because I live 10 miles north of Miami. I live on the corner of Lincoln and Jefferson, right by that giant palm tree. My house is blue. Have you seen it? In fact, my address is Northwest 24th Street, Miami, Florida. You got that
Whoa.
down? By the
You
way,
just gave my address out.
by the way, anyone listening to this can just come on over to my house. You're welcome anytime, as long as you watch my kids, so I can do NFT stuff on my computer.
Oh my God.
All right, that's it.
That was good. That was very, very good. I love that. I love that. You're definitely right of this. Those are things that I do and say. That is true.
I could have
love
brought
that.
more, but it was a mini roast. Okay, it wasn't a giant roast. It was a mini.
All right. Maybe we'll have to revisit
Yeah.
one day. That was very
Revisit
funny.
our roast.
That was very good.
I was gonna do one where you're always in different locations, but I didn't write one.
Yeah, I'm
But-
gonna be doing the next few episodes from different locations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you going again?
So I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm going to a wedding in Philly on Sunday. So Saturday night, hanging out with the guys, with my buddies. Sunday night, I have a wedding in Philly, and then 1 a.m. Sunday night, I'm flying out of Newark to Porto, Portugal, spending a few days there, then headed to London for NFT London, and then headed to Madrid for a few nights, and then flying back home. Madrid's one of my favorites. I've never been to Portugal or the United Kingdom, so I get to add two countries
Nice.
to my list. And it's going to be my third time in Madrid, which I absolutely love. Spain. I could honestly, it's one of the places I could easily live. I love it over there, but I'm super excited to spend some days in Madrid. The reason I picked Madrid again, found a cheap flight back to Miami when I come home, but I'm excited to go on a nice little European jaunt.
Jaunt.
A
I've
jaunt.
never heard that word.
No, a jaunt. No, a sojourn.
joint?
A
A
jaunt.
jaunt?
How do you spell that? To go on a jaunt, like a trip.
How many countries have you been to? I feel like you've said this before, but I forget.
Yeah, it is. I need to add them up. It's somewhere between like 40 and 45.
Jeez, 40 and 40. Wow.
And look, Andy said a jaunt is a short excursion or journey for pleasure. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Thanks, Andy.
Yep. That's
A
exactly what
jaunt.
I use that word perfectly right there.
I use that word.
That word
Perfect.
was, I use that word like you can't use that word any better than I just used it.
A short excursion or a journey for pleasure.
Right. What else?
Jaunt.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going on a jaunt to Europe. Not to be confused with the Philly John. For people that don't know, do you know the word Jawn? Jawn?
Isn't
Do you know that?
J-A-W-N? No.
Jawn. That is a Philly expression, and we can use it to mean anything, like that thing. Pass me that John. Did you see that John the other
What?
day? Yeah, look it up. It's a big time Philadelphia specific. What's the word? Euphemism, maybe. Is if I don't know if I'm using that word. Right. John, Jawn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Does
like
Andy
people will
use that
use it
word?
like. And do you use that word, Andy? He just unmuted.
Yeah, occasionally, sure.
Yeah. Pass that.
Oh,
when we're with the
okay.
guy, we're going to use it Saturday night. I'll probably use it a lot Saturday night.
Okay, well, let me try
You
using.
got that, John?
That sounds like a name, though. You got that, John?
Yeah, Andy
Andy.
he just posted a Wikipedia for you.
He said
You
the
got that,
Wikipedia.
John? Yeah. And if
For
someone
John.
says John to you, you know what it is, even if they don't have to say what it is.
Let's
You
go to
can-
that John.
Yeah. You go to that John down the street.
Let's go to that John down the street.
Which John you thinking of?
Where's your John?
Yeah. Did you bring that? Did you bring that, John? No,
Miami.
You're sounding a little weird how you're saying it. Not
come
quite. It's like, did you bring that John with you? Something like that. Where's your John? I don't think we'd say, "Where's your John?"
Where's your John?
Where's your John? None of your business, lady.
Because I was thinking about like your house.
Right. No, that's your crib.
Okay.
John is a little smaller.
Okay. Last segment. We're on the last segment here, the final check. Wow, we didn't think this episode was going to be even an hour long. Maybe this.
I know, we're crushing it.
I think so, yeah. Okay. All right. Final segment. What is next for the NFT Catcher Pod? What are some goals that we have?
We've talked a couple times about maybe doing a third episode a week, and we threw some ideas around, like maybe doing a half-hour interview, like adding an extra interview. I actually had an idea just a couple days ago, and I haven't even mentioned it to you and Andy yet, but I might as well mention it. I was thinking maybe if we do that, we do like a live Twitter space and have audience participation. Like people can come up, maybe we'll end up with regulars. We can record for an hour or whatever on Twitter space and turn that into a third episode a week, like, once a week at a certain time.
I kind of like that. Some type of, audience participation.
Yeah, and people could come. They request to come up. We let them up. They could ask questions, talk about what they want to talk about, and let people, let our community kind of join in a little bit.
Wow, that's a good idea. I got to write that down. That's a good idea. Yeah, you're right. You've never talked to us about that, but
no, I haven't. I just came up with it. Like, 'cause I was thinking, we were talking about it. It didn't seem quite right to just add another interview, but like doing that and really, including our audience. It's really Web3 of us, like let people be on it. And I don't know, it could work if we came up with a time that worked for everybody. It'd be another commitment, of course, but live on Twitter Space. Whoever wanted to show up and join in and chat. And you never know, you can have like surprise people would show up, and like it could get fun.
And Andy can like edit it out if it gets like crazy or something.
Yeah, if they ask us some weird question. Yeah.
All right. I like that. Okay.
The next thing on my list is we've started taking some small sponsorships, and we're really, looking for ones that we're proud of. Eventually we want to have kind of a long-term sponsor. We've had like you said earlier, we've had lots of people reach out to us, and we're trying to be very picky about it and do ones that really do make sense and aren't just like ones that we're not proud of. But, eventually if the podcast keeps getting more and more popular, like I think it makes sense and fits right in as long as we do it the right way. But I'd be excited to do that. And then hopefully we could then maybe hire some help.
Yeah. I wrote that too. Get a long-term sponsor. And then, you brought up a good thing about, I also wrote like the maybe 3 episodes. But then I didn't know what I was like, maybe live streams, but the Twitter space is a good idea. And and just continuing to be consistent and create content. Yeah. Someone quote tweeted that tweet thread I wrote about our 100th episode, and they said consistency, dedication, and passion. And they were saying like that was the reason why we got to 100. And honestly, I agree with that. We're very passionate. But, we're also very dedicated to the pod, and the consistency, I think, has really been a huge factor in this. And we're just going to continue to be consistent. I think we'll get to 200 a lot quicker than when we got to 100 because, in the beginning, we were just doing 1 episode a week, and, now we've bumped it to 2. And who knows, we might throw in a third.
Yeah, we'll get there real quick. We'll get there by...
it'll be super fast if we do 3.
Yeah.
And you know what? Another thing I was thinking, we talked about this before, but I really do want to do this. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the year, maybe at the beginning of the next year or something, but interviewing each other, like an interview for each other. Cause I feel like, it would be cool, first of all, we mostly talk about NFT news. We interview other people. We obviously say our own things here and there. People start to get to know us, find out stories and things like that. But it would be awesome to have like a dedicated interview.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Learn each of our backstories and for sure. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so that would be awesome. There we go. There we have it.
I have one more on my list. We talked about this one maybe a couple months ago, but I think it would be really cool for the NFT Catcher podcast, and maybe even have it be a different company, but for us to start bringing in like other podcast creators and creating like an umbrella kind of thing where we have maybe like a bunch of podcasts kind of, in the same like family of podcast type of thing. I have some ideas for it. We'd obviously need some help. It would be something where, you could help amplify each other's voices and we could kind of start a company behind it where people getting their start have a place to come.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
That reminds me of when people are like, are you going to quit your job to do the podcast full time? And I'm like, no. But then I'm like, oh my God, it's like, okay, if I did, there is a lot we can do. But yeah, how do we do more without doing more, I guess?
Right.
Like,
for sure.
But yeah, we would need help for sure if we did something like that.
I don't think I pitched that quite like it's in my head, but it's definitely something like, as we become more popular and I think it could be really cool. And then it would be a way like for it to be, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. I guess I have to vet out my pitch for that.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, but like we said, we'll be here continuing to put out episodes at least twice a week, continuing to do the Sunday recaps, continuing to do the interviews, continuing to be on all different streaming platforms, audio streaming platforms. So yeah, oh my gosh, it's crazy. This episode's coming to a close. Man, it's kind of bittersweet. No, I don't want this to end. Yeah, okay, let me see. Let me recap a bit. We announced the POAP, which, by the way, make sure to DM us on Twitter. Once this episode is out, you're hearing this now. DM us on Twitter to claim the POAP. You have 1 week to claim the collab with Mumbot, the one and only. We announced our giveaway on the NFT Catcher podcast Twitter that is going to be starting on, I believe, Monday morning, we said. So yeah, when you go to message us about the POAP, check our Twitter as well, NFT Catcher Pod Twitter, and follow the instructions to enter the giveaway. A VFriend, a VFriend 2, a Smiles, and a non-fungible fungi. So yeah, that's all we have. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. Michael, any final words?
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.